Hey guys, welcome to Marketing Food Online. So in this video, we're super excited because we're going to be unboxing the Afinia L502, the industrial dual print printer. This machine is absolutely stunning and it's going to create some amazing food product labels for your food products. And we're going to unbox this and we're going to show you how it works. And remember, down below the video is a link you need to check out Afinia's website. We're going to start opening this up and get So this is the Afinia L502. This is how it comes when you order it. The first box you're going to see on the top is the parts, which has got the pigment and the print head. We're going to open that up in a second. Now, the one amazing thing about how this is shipped is that it's shipped seriously secured. It comes with a huge amount of styrofoam on the top to keep it braced, so during shipment and transit, nothing is getting moved, nothing is moving. So we're going to go ahead and remove the styrofoam piece from the top. When you're unpacking this, a couple of tips. You want to take your time doing it. Don't be in a rush to do this, and grab it from the top and just start pulling it out. We're going to walk you through on how to take it out properly so you don't damage anything in there as well. This is also additional printer information. This is the installer, the print label. This is going to have the power cords, and it's going to have some preliminary labels that you can test out and you can run through the machine. And of course your inks. Now the fantastic, unique thing about this is it comes with separate CMYK ink cartridges, and we'll show you how these all get put into the system as well. And of course on top it has the additional, has a plastic wrap that is secured in, and then another very, very thick and sturdy set of styrofoam boards. So let's go ahead and remove this. You're not going to hear any of this. All right, so what you're going to get with the box when we open it up, you have your power cable hookup, you have your dye ink. This is going to be the magenta. You have the dye ink cartridge, of course, for the black. The cyan we have as well. And I'm going to show you how these actually get put into the unit itself. This is the back of the unit. We're going to get the power cable hooked up here. And then on the front of the unit, inside this amazing unit itself. By the way, this is a solid metal base. This is a like industrial type case on the outside. This is definitely not a plastic and cheaply made unit. This thing is very well made and very solid to give you literally years and years in constant printing and even high volume printing. So if you're in need of, let's say 5,000 or 6,000 labels for a certain amount of coffee, let's say that you're going to label, or candy products, any type of food bag, food packaging, canisters, bottles, all of that, you can print out thousands of units of labels as you need them. And as we mentioned before, one of the best things about having print on demand is that you're not having to invest in a whole bunch of labels as well. And I'll get into that a little bit more in a second. So you also get your fourth cartridge is going to be your yellow as well. And then we have our power cord. This is the plate that will hold the ream and the roll of labels very sturdy on here on this knob here. And we're going to show you exactly how that goes on, and then tighten this up, and then show you how we feed that into the unit itself as well. And you get, of course, the USB cord. All right, so let's go ahead and start setting this up. And you also get this super easy, very easy to understand, quick setup and installation guide. And I'll be honest with you guys, I am not actually a really big techie person. I'm not very, I run a lot of e-commerce businesses, but that doesn't mean I'm a techie guy as far as setting up equipment. I was honestly, my first take when I saw this, and of course how well it was made, and this is a whole nother level as far as printers are going. My honest take on it, that I was going to be totally freaking out at how to put this together. But to tell you the truth, it is ridiculously simple, to be honest with you. It is very, very simple. Do not get intimidated by all of the gadgetry and the size of this thing. And I know, again, I'm just speaking on behalf of a guy. It's not very techy. I mean, I've developed and created websites and run businesses online, but that doesn't necessarily mean I know how to put these units together. But this is extremely simple. Don't get afraid. Don't be afraid or intimidated by it. This quick setup installation guide is literally 2 pages. And to tell you the truth, it's exactly what it is. It is a quick setup and installation guide. It's literally 2 pages, ultra simple, step by step, shows you exactly what you need to do. You do need to actually download this information here, and I'll show you that on our laptop. We're going to do that as well. And then you simply put the ream in, secure it, and fasten it, and you're all set to go. It's really not rocket science. And when I first looked at this and I saw the size of the box, I thought it was something I was going to build, like I'm going to have to call Elon Musk or something. But this is not it, not at all. So it's very, very amazing how they've actually simplified such a very technical unit into really simple, basically put it together and assemble it and get it up and running. So let's go on to the next step. All right, so we have our ink cartridges set to go. We've got the dye inks. We're going to now put them into the unit. Here's our power cord. We're going to put that power cord adapter, which is the blue tip. I'm sorry, blue tip. It's the purple tip there, into the adapter. We're going to hook this up, and then we're going to start printing ourselves some labels. All right, so let me set this down. Unfortunately, my assistant who does my camera is not here. So I'm going to put this on a tripod, and we're just going to do this as best as I can with this. Just doing this on my own. So make sure that you also go to, when you get your box, you're going to get obviously the instruction manual as well. And you're going to need to download the software from Afinia, and that'll be on the actual manual as well. And you need to download that so that you have the ability to print up your labels, set it properly. And the one thing about the Afinia L502 that is really absolutely something that every small food entrepreneur needs to be aware of is the cost of your labels. And believe it or not, they actually can monitor the cost and shows you, and I'm going to show you that later later on in the video, how much it actually costs to print every label. That's one thing that I love about the Afinia model compared to with so many commercial printers, is just the bare fact that you can literally look at how much it costs you to make the label that you're printing. Because obviously when you begin to sell individual bags of coffee, if you're selling candy, if you're selling anything that's individual units, obviously, and you're printing a label, you need to know exactly how much each of the labels are. So their software literally monitors that, and it's absolutely, there you go, right there. By the way, there's the power source. We got our battery all set. All right, so let me plug this in. And then, so I'll get back to it. And near the end of the video, stay with me to the end, because I'm going to explain to you how that works. And you literally can see, it's so cool, the software that they have hooked up for this unit. And I'll show you how much it costs for every label. All right, so we are plugged in. We are set to go. I'm going to grab our labels, and I'm actually missing one. There it is. Fantastic. Now, another benefit to this unit, let me show you this really quick because I don't want to miss this point. These are individual cartridge units, okay? If you're familiar with these or any type of individual cartridge units that come with the CYMK, this is great because as you run low, or if you completely are out of a certain color, you could simply buy the necessary color. I have actually dealt with, for the past 12 years, I'm going to be honest with you, the printers that we use are not even in the same ballpark as this, as far as how professional this is made. And not only that, but having the ability to individually buy the cartridges as needed. The Afinia label maker, the L502, this one literally has the ability for you to get cartridges as needed, okay? That's really important, guys, because what I've done before, I've had to literally, if the quote-unquote color ink is out, I've had to buy the entire ink, okay? With plenty of either blue or plenty of the yellow that's still left in it, I did throw it away because I'm out of a certain color, so it doesn't operate and function properly. So having the ability to individually get these cartridges as needed is also going to save you a lot of money, tons of money, okay? So I'm going to take these around the corner. Let's get these stacked up. Let's take them out. I'm going to show you how these actually go into the unit, and then we will get this up and running and printing. All right, so let's hit the power button, and that should pop right up. All right, it's initializing. Just give it a second. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and open this up. And as I mentioned before, guys, this is solid metal. This is not plastic, by the way. This is heavy-duty metal. This unit is actually pretty heavy. I'm guesstimating probably around 40, 45 pounds, somewhere around there. But it is a solid, really professionally made printing unit. This is not something you're going to go down to Office Max or Walmart and purchase. All right, so it's getting all set up. So now when you do start, guys, you're going to have to set the date. So let's go ahead and let's set the date. It's actually, yes, it's February. No, oh, let's see. Is that over? All right, the time, 4, and then the cover door is open. It needs to be closed. All right, so let's go ahead and insert these. Now, when you insert these cartridges, this little right here, this chip, needs to be up and into the back. And when you slide these in, they actually go right in, and then you slide them and click them right into place. There you go. And of course, each one goes in. And remember, that little chip right there needs to be in the top. And then we slide it directly in. Now, later I'm going to show you how you can actually remove this unit itself. This little lever here will come up, and this whole base comes out. So you can transition over to the other set of cartridges. And let me go ahead and get the yellow in. And you're all set. Now once these are in and they're nice and flush, you know that you've put them in correctly because they click down and they'll lock, okay? Now in order to move forward, the cover has to be closed. And we'll go ahead and get that closed. Each one will be checked. It automatically checks for each cartridge, making sure it's in correctly, and initializes those cartridges so we can get printing. So it also verifies too that you have the Afinia, they're genuine Afinia cartridges, guys. You cannot buy some off-market ink for this, by the way. It has to be the Afinia brand. And there's a reason for that because of the quality of the printing. You definitely are not going to get the same quality of the printing with some knockoff cartridge or some artificial cartridge or a generic version. So Afinia has spent a lot of time producing these printers and making them because it is so well made. I'm actually quite blown away by it because up until this point we really had okay printers that we utilize for our food printing, for our labels, for our food products, our snacks and candies, but this takes it to a whole nother level. So I'm going to show you also how this works here, this little bracket, and then we're going to put some labels in here, and then we're going to feed it into the feeder here, and then get rocking and rolling. All right, so we got the unit all set. We have our space here on the table so I can set up the rewinder. And let's double check and make sure all of the, yes, genuine Afinia cartridge. So everything initialized. It's waiting for the spool. All right, so now we have our label and we are set. It actually looks beautiful. We've got it printed. It goes right off of the edges, and we're going to go ahead and apply that to our bottle of sprinkles. And let's take a look at the final product and see how this turned out. And you simply apply that on there, and it's a beautiful, professional looking label. And it goes on absolutely beautiful. So if you look at that, it's retail ready. Got the label printed up right to the edges, and it looks fantastic. Very professional look. And this, again, you can do this yourself without having to send out for a professional printer. And the colors are very vibrant, catch your eye. And that is the Afinia 502. So if you want to learn more, check out the links down below to Afinia's website to learn more about the L502 and how you could print your professional labels today.